drastically decrease instant gratification. And those are the feel-good, pleasurable things that we want to do right now, but they usually make our life worse in the long run. People don't usually want to accept that bit. So, everyone's got a vice that they think is absolutely fine. But for a lot of young guys, it's porn, it's video games, it's drugs, it's scrolling on TikTok and Instagram and everything. It feels kind of pleasurable right now. It feels easy, but it does make your life ruin. Like even video games, that's the one I get the most hit back for. Even video games, every single time you play, your life does get a little bit worse every single time because, if you went the extreme route, then your life is destroyed if you become a full-on video game addict. So you drastically reduce those bad habits. And then at the same time, you drastically increase the delayed gratification activities. And those are the ones which are very uncomfortable and challenging and hard and difficult right now. But they make your life work better in the long term. So that's exercise, eating clean, meditating, having a good sleep schedule, studying, working hard, working on a business. So it's kind of it's kind of common sense, obviously. It's don't do the bad things and do the good. But when I've explained it like this, people finally realize that makes so much sense. People wonder why they feel so depressed and why they feel like they're in such a rut. And when I tell them, when you do instant gratification, what you're doing is just stealing happiness from your future self. When you watch porn today, you're literally taking happiness and pleasure from your future self. When you play video games, you're doing the same thing. And this has been I'm not a scientist, but this has been scientifically proven. You do ruin your brain when you do these things. And the issue with this is eventually you become your future self. A lot of young guys don't understand this concept. As you have gotten a bit older, you know that the things you've worked hard for, eventually it's you become that future version of yourself looking back and you're thank you, younger me, for doing that for me. I didn't build this body, you didn't build yours. It was our younger selves who did it. So that gives us a sense of self-love because we did something for us today, even though we didn't get the rewards of it previously. And if you flip that around, the amount of guys and girls who are just stealing happiness from tomorrow and again and again and again and again. And then they become their future self and they hate themselves. How couldn't you? If you look down and as a guy, you can't even see your own dick, you're way overweight, you've got messed up hormones and everything, you hate your life. How could you not have this sense of depression and even suicidal thoughts when you just think of how much happiness your younger self just stole from you?